Alright, hey, what's going on, guys? It's Jack, and today we're going to be starting some Minecraft Skyblock, and also later today I'm going to be doing Road to Dark Matter. I think I'm going to change it from Road to Dark Matter to Road to Level Max Weapons, but I'm not sure which one I'm going to do. So for now, I'm going to keep it Road to Dark Matter. I think I'm going to keep it Road to Dark Matter for the rest of the series, but for now it's going to be Road to Dark Matter still. We're starting our Skyblock series. As you can see, we have our normal world. Frostfire games, do not fall, beware. There we go. That's like the deep abyss. And let's just start. So this is my private server. If you guys want to join the IP, I will put on a text a little free type. And maybe you guys can help me with my island. And yeah. So it's, wait, I'm gonna checky. I gotta check, gotta get a quick check. That's the IP right here. And if you type in that IP as the address, you'll join the server, and then maybe if you want, I could teleport you here and you could join me. So we have our emergency food. I'm gonna put on this armor. We also have our basic items. So I'm going to make a quick cobble gen. And yes, guys, I'm actually like not really into the. I'm actually like much more. I enjoy my content much more when I stream it. So if you guys like this stream, be sure to like this video and comment saying you want more, and I will for sure do more, because right now I'm not stopping the streams. They are so fun. It's a great way for me to interact. And I might be editing this video. I'm not sure if I'm going to upload it, but I restored my iPad that I lost for like a year. And, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so let's collect our wood, because I want to get some cobblestone real quick. And I believe one of the admins is setting up a shop for the Skyblock, so I can actually buy stuff. Or maybe, I'm not sure, but I'll check. I'm going to see warp/warp. There's just build test and Sky Island. So this is not the Sky Island, by the way. Look, if I go to /warp Sky Island, this is not Sky Island whatsoever. And then warp build test is also nothing special. As you can see, we'll be using these later. But for now, we're just going to go back. I forgot what to do. Wait, I had to use /is. IS. There we go. We're back at our island. What the heck is happening? Why am I lagging? Guys, I'm lagging so hard. This is 300 FPS. What is this? This is like getting smaller. Oh my god. I think it's my computer lagging. It's not me. It's not my Minecraft. Okay, I'm gonna relog. That's really well, okay. But it's normal. This is normal. Apparently. Oh, what's going on, Bartek Hacker XY? Yeah, I'm gonna TP here, Bartek, or IS invite, I think. Invite Bartek. I'm gonna invite you. Join my island. I think it's /is help. I think it's yeah, you joined it. Okay. I'm gonna relog real quick, Bartek. So I'll be right back. I'm a relog. BRB. Okay. So let me just relog real quick. I'm going to use a different version of Minecraft. I'm going to use Optifine, so maybe that'll help the FPS. But when I move stuff around now, it's not going bad. So let's just end the task of the Java. Open up the launcher. That won't load for some reason. There we go. Let's just close out. Oh my god. Yo. Yo, what's happening? My computer. Oh, game crash. Okay, this looks much better. So we're gonna go back on the server. Okay, we should be good. Oh, so I don't know what just happened. Why did I move back so fast? But yeah, let's get right into the video. Okay. Let's get our essentials. See, look, I can't use it because I have world edit, but wait, what if I do? Is there anything like slash help world edit slash disable? Maybe it works. We do get sugarcane though. There, take the axe. You plant more trees. I'll expand. Okay, so let me go check this chat, guys. Okay, so it's just Mega Evolutions, which is Bartek. Yes, it's not like a private server, but it's just that not many people join it, so I just call it private because no one goes on it. Let's get the world together. I think we're gonna go on Discord and we're gonna chat. And you guys might be able to hear him, I'm not sure, but okay, so 3 people watching. Member list. Hi. That's... Okay, thanks. Dude, that volume was so loud on my computer. I had to turn it down. Okay, I'm gonna go on to the panel, like the... I'm going to remove world edit because it annoys me. Wait, can you mute my stream on your computer? They mute it though, because then it just makes an echo. Yeah. Currently installed. Let me just disable world edit real quick. World edit. Yeah. So, let's just... Yeah. There. Yeah. 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 Oh. Wait, I can't. Okay. Okay, so... Yeah, just make some bone meal. I think that's what it's for. Okay, wait, can you wait, don't do anything, okay? I'm gonna do a reload, so just don't do anything. It'll mess up the server. Just stand there and don't do anything until it says for you. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Okay, there we go. We're good. Yeah. Okay, mine said it's done, so. Oh. I have to turn off all these commands. They're really, like, ruining the experience. I have, like, God mode on because I always test stuff on the server because nobody joins. So I have to turn it off. Emergency food. We have to keep you. We're gonna kill you. Either way. Even if you're dead already. There. We're pushing you. There. He stays there. No. There we go. Okay. So, I'm gonna grab one more cobble. I'm gonna make a stone hoe because then we already have wheat there, and then we're gonna get some seeds from this pumpkin, and then we already have some watermelon. Okay. Oh my god. Wait, where's the bucket? Do you have the bucket? No, I have the bucket. Never mind. I'm stupid. Okay, remove that. That water from the cobble gen. There we go. Now it works. Okay. Yeah, then we could also have like a small farm right there. Just a nice, tiny little farm. There. It's close enough. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, ooh, wait, cactus. Ooh, I'll get that later. Okay, bye. Let's rummage his meat. Don't run off the edge. No, cow. No. Oh yes, we got him in a good spot. Nope, nope. Do not. This cow's actually gonna kill. No, please. Don't. No. Push him in the water. Come on. Huh. Yeah, I'm trying to, but come on, rummage. Yes. We only got one meat. Okay, we have to eat. There, burn it up. And then, do you have any logs? No. Wait, yes. No. Yeah. Wait, do you have those bones? Do you have the bone? Here, give me the bone. I'm gonna make bone meal out of it. Okay, should I make the bone? Or should I try and plant the tree? It did not work. Wait, what's the difficulty? Normal. Game mode, mobs. What's like the spawn? What's the game rule with like the mob spawn? Yeah, like mob spawning. I thought that was it, but it's not apparently. Yeah. You're bad. Okay, okay. Okay. Ah. Oh, I just realized. Okay, wait. Let's make slabs. Because if we put the slabs over the lava, then it won't annoy us, so. I only have one cobble though, which is the problem. There we go, now I'm getting it, okay. See, look, it says like I'm getting it, but I'm not, it's not giving me the amount. It's just going in the lava. Yeah, like I'm getting the cobble, but it's only sometimes registers. Okay, we have 8 cobble. I say we expand the base. Tessa. Okay, 1 second. Okay, let me just get, I just want to build the wall, or the sides. Yeah, first we should, because I don't want to fall off. Ah. Alright. Okay. I'm gonna Discord you my Skype. Found you. Okay, I'm gonna leave the Discord, okay? There we go. Okay, are you working on that? I'm gonna collect some more water in this bucket. This... The seed, this melon stuff, this melon seed doesn't seem to be growing, like, at all. But it's nighttime, so... I'm not sure. I think it just needs water. It might be that, but... Or maybe trees. Do trees? Yeah. Okay. Like that. How do we get what? Oh, I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna set up a shop. Me and some friends are gonna set up a shop. We just have to figure out a way that, like, just a building that we could sell stuff. Six. Okay, I want to get more people on this island, because if we have, like, a ton of people working, then we can make this island, like, super big and super good. Yeah. Yeah. So, but right now our main priority is getting this tree to grow, which is obviously not happening. Dirt. Dirt. Oh, damn it! No! I have no idea if I'm flying or not. Am I?